Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. At least 19 people, including 4 journalists working for the international media, are reported to have been killed in an airstrike on a hospital in southern Gaza. Several people were killed in an initial strike and others in a second, which happened as rescuers attended the scene. Pictures from the scene show grey smoke billowing from an upper level where damage is apparent, at what is the main hospital in southern Gaza. The hospital in Khan Yunis has withstood raids and bombardment throughout the nearly 2 years of war. Israel has previously attacked hospitals, including the Nasser hospital, saying it was targeting Hamas militants. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine will continue to fight for its freedom while its calls for peace are not heard, in a defiant address to the nation on its Independence Day. Canada's Mark Carney joined Ukraine's president in remembering those who've died since Russia's invasion. It comes as Moscow said Ukraine had attacked Russian power and energy facilities overnight, blaming drone attacks for a fire at a nuclear power plant in its western Kursk region. Russia and Ukraine both also confirmed a prisoner swap had taken place, with 146 soldiers on each side being exchanged. A powerful typhoon has made landfall over eastern Vietnam and is battering coastal areas with strong winds and heavy rain. The National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting says Typhoon Kajiki had delivered gusts of up to 133 kilometers per hour. The fast-moving storm could trigger flash flooding and landslides as 400 millimeters of rain is predicted to fall. More than 586,000 people have been ordered to leave their homes. Thousands of soldiers are also on standby to assist with evacuations. Authorities say they expect the storm to be as powerful as Typhoon Yagi, which killed around 300 people last year. 5 people have died after a tour bus returning to New York City from Niagara Falls crashed. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the crash, which did not involve any other vehicles. The driver has not been charged in connection with the incident. State police say that the driver may have become distracted, lost control and overcorrected before the bus went into the right shoulder and flipped over. At least 12 people are dead after a railway bridge that was under construction in China collapsed. 4 others are missing, according to state media. 16 workers were on the bridge in Qinghai province when a steel cable snapped during a tensioning operation at roughly 3 a.m. on Friday. The bridge was being built on the Qinghai section of the Sichuan-Qinghai Railway. Aerial photos show a large section missing from the bridge's curved aquamarine arch. The sole survivor of a poisoned beef Wellington lunch, local pastor Ian Wilkinson said he feels half alive without his late wife, Heather. However, he made a powerful offer of forgiveness to the woman who killed her and almost took his life too. An Australian court has heard how triple murderer Erin Patterson has stolen years of love and laughter. Patterson was last month found guilty of killing 3 relatives and attempting to kill another with a death cap mushroom-laced meal in July 2023. In a hearing on Monday ahead of her sentencing, a group of relatives gave emotional statements about the impact of their loved ones' brutal deaths. And the Hong Kong Birdwatching Society has hosted its first ever bird call contest with the aim to promote conservation awareness. It saw bird fanatics dress up and take to the stage to mimic rhythmic calls of the cole, Asian barred owlet, chestnut-winged cockatoo and more. The top prize went to Bob Chan for his impression of a Eurasian tree sparrow. More than 580 types of bird species have been recorded in Hong Kong. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.